We have a windy one today. We have strong winds. Last night it was so windy outside. Everything was blowing all over the place, including the trees, as you can see right now. Here we go again. We are back together once more, ladies and gentlemen. Once more we are back, learning all of those lovely words and phrases of the English language. Yes, it is English Addict, coming to you live and direct from the birthplace of the English language. You know where it is. I know where it is. Come on, Mr. Duncan, get a move on. We haven't got all day.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
Fun, fun, fun. That is the reason why we are here together today, to have a little bit of fun. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling happy? Do you have a smile on your face? One of these, just in case you haven't seen one for a while. Because let's face it, a lot of people these days are miserable, angry, upset. Not everyone. There are many people around the world who are quite happy with their lives. They are feeling rather relaxed and content. I think that might be me. I'm not sure how many other people feel the same way, but that is definitely me. So I hope you are feeling happy today, Sunday. And yes, we have a brand new month as well. October is here. Of course, it is a busy month for me because it is my anniversary of all this being created. Everything that you see now will be celebrating its anniversary at the end of this month. The 31st of October will be my 19th anniversary. I can't believe it. I'm sure you can't, but it is true. They often say that time flies. It goes fast when you are having a good time. I'm not sure how true that is, but I like to think that if you are having a good time, time does go by quickly, or at least it feels as if it does. By the way, today I am wearing my black t-shirt. It does not mean I am feeling unhappy. It doesn't represent anything that I'm feeling today. Sometimes I wear my white t-shirt. Other times I wear my red one. Some people get upset when I wear my red t-shirt. I don't know why. I have no idea why that might be. So today I'm wearing my black t-shirt. A lot of people say, Mr. Duncan, we like it when you wear your black t-shirt. In fact, we prefer it. To prefer something is the one thing that you are always happy to have. You prefer that thing. Some people prefer to see me wearing my black t-shirt. Some people prefer to see me wearing my white one. I don't know why. Everyone has their own taste. You might even describe it as a type of preference. The preference is the thing you prefer, the thing you would rather have. If you had a choice between many things, you would prefer to have that thing instead of the other things. That is the reason why we use the word prefer when we are choosing something. Quite often we will choose the one thing we prefer to have. And that is what it means. Hello to the live chat. Oh, a lot of people here today already. I can't believe how many people are joining me already. Excited to learn all those lovely words and phrases of the English language. I wonder who was first on today's live chat. Oh, very interesting. We have a change today. Congratulations to Flower Espoir. Very different. Something very different today. Congratulations, Flower, and I hope you enjoyed my big hand. By the way, we are looking at words and phrases connected to this thing, or should I say these things. One hand, two hands. That is what we are doing today. We are looking at words and phrases connected to hand, hands, and of course parts of the hand as well. You might not realise it because these things are always in front of us. They're amazing. Hands are incredible. All primates have hands. They are able to hold things, to move things around. They can handle things. Handle, hold, touch, feel. Ooh. So hands are amazing. And today we are looking at words and phrases connected to that very thing. Can I also say a big hello to Beatrice? You are second on today's live chat. Also we have Munia. Hello Munia, who says hi. Can you see what I'm doing there? I am waving with my hand. We are looking at hand and parts of the hand as well today. Also we have Paolo. We have, Vitas. Hello, Vitas. I am sorry to say you are not first on today's live chat, but, of course, there will always be another chance next Sunday. Hello, Antonio. Antonio is here as well. Francesco is also here. Now, I can't read that on my screen. I can't read it. I'm not sure what your name is on the live chat, but hello to you anyway. Also, oh yes, he is here. Now, as I understand it, you are now back near your hometown, close to Paris. I think you are. Of course, we are talking all about the one, the only, Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you back. I believe you are back home now after spending some wonderful times in Brittany. So it's nice to see you back where you belong. And of course, the one place you belong beside your home is here on the live chat. It's nice to see you back as well. Who else is here? Zamand is here. Hello, Zamand Himdad, who says, hello, everyone. Very friendly. Very nice. There are many friendly people in the world. Whatever the internet keeps telling you, there are many nice people around the world. Friendly, good, kind people. They are everywhere, you might say. Yineen. Hello, Yineen. Haddad. I think I've said hello to you already. Have I? I'm not sure. I think I have. It's my age. That's what it is. Hello, also Alessandro is here as well. We have Solima. Hello to you as well. Thank you very much for joining me. And yes, we are live today. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Mr. Duncan, you were late. you were nearly 5 minutes late today. Well, sometimes I have a lot of things to do, you see, on a Sunday morning. Normally my Sunday is a very busy day for many reasons. One of the reasons, of course, is being here doing this on the live stream. So that always keeps me very busy. Hello, Maria Giovanni La Rosa. Hello to you as well. Nice to see you back. Yes, we have windy weather. It's been really windy over the past couple of days. And there it is now, looking outside the window. And yes, that is the view from my studio window at the moment. We are having a lot of wind. Not much rain, fortunately. We haven't had much rain, but quite a lot of wind at the moment. And I'm not talking about my stomach. It has nothing to do with my stomach. I can safely say that for now. Hello, Javi Valan. Hello to you as well. Who else is here? We will have 2 more hellos, and then I will continue. I will tell you what is happening today on the live chat. Who else is here? Alessandro and Inaki. Hello, Inaki. Waiting for your live stream is always worthy. Thank you very much. I take that as a wonderful compliment. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Hello also Kral, Alfredo. Hello and the best regards from Uzbekistan. I found out about your channel a few months ago. Apparently a lot of people now are finding me through artificial intelligence. Apparently AI is telling you about me, which I have to say is rather nice. So not everything about AI is negative, because there are people who are worried about artificial intelligence. But of course, for many, many years, we have had artificial intelligence in many different forms, many different shapes and sizes. For example, I will show you something here that I've got, if I can reach it. Where are you? There you are. So this here is artificial intelligence, and this is something we've had for many, many years. Take a look. There it is. An electronic calculator. You might not realize it, but this is a type of artificial intelligence, because you can put any number, any figure into this machine, and you can add, you can subtract, you can multiply, and it will always give you a correct answer. It is better than this, because sometimes working out mathematical equations using your brain can take a long time. However, this device can do it very quickly, very fast. So you might say that the pocket calculator is a type of artificial intelligence, and no one is afraid of this. In fact, it does come in very handy from time to time. So I'm not worried, but I am glad to see that many people are finding me through AI, which is always nice to see. Hello to Egypt. Ahmed is here. Hello, Ahmed. Nice to see you here as well. Ahmed, who is watching in Egypt at the moment. Thank you very much. Irene is here as well. We also have Jimmy from Hong Kong. Hello, Jimmy. I haven't seen you for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, so I guess you've been busy doing other things. I think so. So we are all together today, all here, sharing that one thing we have in common, and that is an interest in the English language. It is nice to see you. Hi, Mr. Duncan. Well, I have got to the outside of Paris last Tuesday after taking a 300-mile trip. And that's the amazing thing, because you might not know Lewis. For those who are not aware, Lewis is very adventurous. He drives everywhere. And that is a very long way to drive. That's all I can say. How many miles? How many miles was that? 300 miles? I can't quite imagine that. I can't imagine driving 300 miles. The last time I was in a very long car journey was many years ago in China, and I was sitting in a car driving, not myself, I was a passenger in the back seat of the car, but the car journey took over 14 hours. Sitting in the back of a car for 14 hours. I do not recommend that to anyone. Christina is here. Hello, Christina. I am giving you a big wave because today we are looking at words and phrases connected to this thing. In fact, most people have two of them. Some people, of course, don't have both. They might have one. They might have no hands. In some countries, you might find that you will lose these if you are naughty. That is all I'm saying. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's nice to see you here. We have a lot to talk about, a very quick break, and then we are back with today's big subject, which is hands. Your hand. I hope today's lesson will be useful to you. And please stick around. Who knows? You might actually enjoy it.
I'm a big boy now.
English Addict is with you today. I hope you are having a super duper Sunday wherever you happen to be in the world.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat.
we are having fun. I hope we are anyway. Is this fun? How are you feeling at the moment? Are you watching this with a big smile on your face, or maybe you are watching this and you are not entirely sure what is going on? Who is this strange man talking to me? Well, my name is Mr. Duncan. I talk about the English language and I do it live every Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. I hope you are having a good day today, wherever you happen to be in the world. We have a big topic coming today involving one part of the body, and I think it's very interesting when you think about it. There are many parts of the body that can be used as phrases in day-to-day life, especially in the English language. Of course, in many languages, parts of the body can also be used as well, so it is not exclusive to English. Everyone, no matter what language you speak, whichever the language happens to be, you can use parts of the body. And that is what we are looking at today. Words and phrases connected to a very simple part of the body, or at least it appears to be simple. It is not a simple part of the body. It is actually quite complicated. It is part of the body that has lots of different parts, as you can see here. So your hands consist of many different parts. Sometimes we don't think about it. We just assume the hands will always be here, helping us out every day with our tasks and the things we have to do. However, there are many ways of using your hands, not only physically, but also using phrases in the English language, which is what we're doing now. Hands. Your hand or hands. Of course, you can have single and plural. One hand and two hands. Or, of course, you can have many hands as well. Many people working together. You can say that there are many hands working. Hand. So today we are looking at words and phrases connected to this particular part of the body. There are many words and phrases relating to the hand or hands as a pair, as I just mentioned. So what we are doing today, we are looking at all of the words and phrases, things connected, and of course parts of the hand as well. So I am going to take you through all of the parts of the hand that exist. If you are lucky enough to have these on the end of your arms. The word hand can be used as a noun and a verb. So that is interesting. Besides being used as a noun, as the actual thing, you can use hand as a verb as well. So there are many ways of using that particular word. The hand is made up of various parts. So when you look at the hand, or any hand, not just my hand, but you can look at your hand as well. You can have your hand in front of you and look at all the different parts of the hand. Can you see? There are so many different parts of the hand on the back and also on the front as well. And that is what we are doing today. First of all, you can see here there is a joint between your hand and your arm. There is part of your arm that joins to your hand, and we call this the wrist. Wrist. It's a great word. You can see the spelling on the screen, wrist. So this relates to the joint between your arm and your hand. It is the joint. It is also a very flexible joint as well. Because of this joint, we are able to move our hand quite freely. It can go forwards or backwards, side to side as well. So the wrist gives your hand a lot of flexibility. It means your hand is flexible. It can move in many different directions thanks to your wrist. Of course, a lot of people will wear a watch on their wrist. Quite often, a watch will be referred to as a wristwatch. So the wristwatch is worn on your wrist. It is the part of your arm that joins your hand. Moving on. Then we have one of my favourite parts of the hand, the thumb. It is amazing how much you can do with such a simple thing like a thumb. Of course, you can use it to handle things, to move things. If you want to manipulate something, your thumbs are often used for all of those purposes. So your thumb is very useful. Of course, we can also use your thumb to express things. So I can use my thumb if I am showing my approval of something. If I am happy about something, I might do this. I will use my thumb to show that I am happy or pleased with something. I will give you a thumbs up. Of course, there is the opposite. You can give someone a thumbs down. That means you are not impressed. You do not like that particular thing. You give something a thumbs down. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Positive, negative. A very simple way of using what is an interesting part of the body. Then we have your fingers. Now this particular finger here is very useful. In fact, you might say that this finger is the one you use most of all. Your fingers. One finger. But this particular finger also has its own individual name. This is often referred to as the forefinger. Fore means most used. It is the one that's at the front. It is the finger that is directly next to your thumb. And quite often they are used together. We often use our thumb and forefinger together to hold things, to operate things, to pick things up. So quite often your forefinger is used to do things, and that is the reason why it is called your forefinger, because it is often used. It is the finger you will often use for doing things. Maybe you are pointing somewhere. Quite often you will use your forefinger. It is the finger you use often. Then we have another part of your hand, the palm of your hand. That, of course, is the part that is facing you when you look directly at your hands. The palm of your hands. And a lot of people, of course, believe that all of those lines on your hand represent something. So if there are any astrologers or palm readers watching at the moment, maybe you can analyse my hand, and maybe from the lines on my hand you will be able to work out what type of person I am. Some people believe that there is a line on your hand there, and some people believe that that shows how long your life will actually be. People often refer to this as their lifeline. So the longer that particular line is, apparently the longer you will live. How true is it? Some people believe it, some people don't. So the palm of your hand, we often describe it as the front of your hand. It is the part of the hand that is most obvious. When you put your hand out, the palm is the most obvious part of the hand. Flat, it is the palm of your hand. We will be looking later at the reason why we use the word palm. That coming up a little bit later on. Then, of course, we have fingers, your fingers. So besides your forefinger, there are, of course, other fingers as well. You can see here, you have 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. There are 4 fingers on each hand. They also have names as well. We have your little finger. There it is. So many people have a little finger. It is a short finger. And then you have your middle finger. No, I'm not going to do that. But the middle finger is also a very useful finger. Unfortunately, I am not allowed to show you why it is popular. Unfortunately, they won't let me. I asked. I wrote an email to YouTube. I said, would it be possible on today's live stream, would it be possible for me to use my middle finger? Can I show my middle finger on its own? And YouTube said, no, you can't. You cannot. Because it's offensive to other people. But I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure. I have a feeling you know exactly what I mean. Then, of course, we have the back of the hand. The back of the hand is as interesting as the front of your hand. So the back also has lots of different parts. It is a very complicated part of your body because you have all of these joints moving. They all have a certain amount of mobility. In fact, I would say fingers are amazing. Isn't it amazing how they work? Incredible. And parts of the hand on the front and back all have names. Can you see what I'm looking at here on this picture? We have something called the knuckle. The knuckle is basically the joint that you see there. So you can see there are joints. And also higher up, there are also joints as well. These are often referred to as knuckles. Knuckles. It's a great word. So your knuckles are the joints that can be seen. So if you look very closely, you can see the joints of my knuckles where my fingers join my wrist or my hand, and then of course you have the joints halfway. And of course there are some small joints also higher up as well. Your knuckles. Moving on. Do you ever bite your nails. Your fingernails. Apparently, your fingernails can tell a lot about your character or how well you take care of yourself, and also whether or not you do a certain type of job. So your fingernails can give a lot of information about yourself. Some people, of course, have a bad habit of biting their nails. They will bite their nails. It is not a good habit, by the way, for various reasons. First of all, people who bite their nails, normally they will chew the nail and then they will spit the nail out. That is disgusting. Also, of course, it is not very hygienic for yourself, because if you are biting your nails, then you are putting your fingers in your mouth or near your mouth. And of course, depending on where your hands have been, and let's face it, during our daily lives, our hands get into some very strange places. Let's just say. So your hands are used for many different things. So if you put your fingers in your mouth or near your mouth when you are biting your fingernails, you might find that some sort of bacteria or something will get into your mouth, and then you will become unwell, and nobody wants that. Our next one. The hand is made up of various parts, including at the ends of your fingers. So at the very ends of your fingers, you can see there, we often refer to your fingertip. Your fingertip is the very end of your finger. It is this particular part here, your fingertip. They are also very sensitive as well. Your fingertips are often used to feel. If you touch something with your fingers, you will often find your fingertips will sense that thing. There are many, many small nerves in your fingertips, and they are there to help you survive, basically. Many primates, well, most primates in fact, have hands. They have fingertips. In fact, their hands look very similar to mine and yours. So your fingertips are at the end of your fingers. And of course, I suppose it's worth mentioning another little thing that refers to your fingertips is your fingerprint. So each fingertip has its own unique print because of the way the skin has been formed. So each person has a unique fingerprint on every finger. And that is the reason why many people these days, especially law enforcement, they will have some sort of record of your fingerprint, especially if you've been in trouble with the police at some point. Quite often they will take your fingerprints, and then later on, if you do something else, they can identify you. So maybe if you are at the scene of a crime and you leave your fingerprints behind, it won't take very long for them to work out that it was you who did it. Fingertips. Very useful parts of your hand. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, we have the thumb. The thumb is a very interesting part of the body because it moves in a unique way. Your fingers don't have quite so much movement, but your thumb does. In fact, without this, it would be very hard to do most things. Think about it for a moment. Imagine that you had no thumbs. How would you do things? There are many things that you would find hard to do. They would be difficult. They wouldn't be impossible. However, they would be difficult to do if you didn't have thumbs. So your thumb is a very useful part of the body. Without it, you would have a lot of difficulty in your life, let's just say. Then, of course, there are many ways of using your hand. You can put your hand into many different shapes. Many different shapes. Here you can see we have a fist. So if you close your hand, you will then create a fist. The fist is basically the hand that has been closed or clenched. You clench your hands. Clench. Are you doing it now? Clench. You clench your hands. You create a fist. We will take a look at that particular thing in greater detail later on. Then, of course, we have the palm. No, Mr. Duncan, you are wrong. That is not your hand. That is a type of tree, you silly man. Well, believe it or not, this particular type of tree gets its name from this. So when we talk about the palm tree, the reason why it is called that is because of its similarity to this. It has a similar feature. It is something that spreads out from the centre. So when we talk about your palm, we are actually talking about the centre of your hand and, of course, the point at which it spreads out. And that is the reason why that particular tree is called a palm tree, because it looks similar. It has a similar appearance to the hand. It looks similar. So if you look at the palm tree and the hand, they have a very similar appearance. But which one came first? I will tell you. The hand came first. The tree was named later. So now you know. Fingers. The fingers of your hand can also be referred to as digits. So these can also be referred to as digits. They are used for all sorts of things. Typing, movement, picking something up, opening a door, picking your nose. Digits. So besides fingers, we can also describe them as digits. You can count with your fingers, of course. If you are able to count all the way to 10, you can do it on your fingers. Unfortunately, I can only get as far as 8. I'm still learning how to get all the way to 10. It might take me a little bit more time, but I'm trying, I'm practicing, honestly, I really am. So, there you go. The thumb is often described as being opposable, and this is the thing that makes the thumb so interesting, because it is a joint, it is a limb that can join all the other fingers on your hand. So your thumb is opposable. It means it can move and it can be placed opposite every finger on your hand. So that is another reason why the thumb is amazing. Without the thumb, it would be very hard to do certain things, to carry out certain tasks. It would be very hard to do things without your opposable thumb. That is the reason why the thumb is so amazing. It really is. In fact, I will give my thumb a thumbs up because it is super duper and I like it a lot. We can also use the hand as a weapon as well. Please don't be alarmed. I will not be doing anything violent. Do not worry. The hand can be used as a weapon. We can use our hands quite often as weapons. If we are pushing someone, we can push someone with our hands. We can push them away. Maybe if a person is trying to attack you, you push them away with your hands. Of course, your hand can also be used in another way as well. In fact, there are two ways of using your hand as a weapon. For example, you have your fist. I did talk about this earlier. Your fist is something that can be clenched and formed. So if you close your hand, you create a fist. And quite often a person will use their fist as a weapon. You punch someone. You strike them with your fist. So the fist is often used as a weapon. You might also slap someone as well. If you slap someone, that means you are striking a person with your hand flat. Slap. I was at a bar last week and I saw a beautiful woman sitting alone, and I went over and I said, "Hey, how would you like to come back with me later on?" She was not very impressed because she slapped my face. She gave me a slap. Many parts of that story are not true, by the way. The hand is made up of various parts, and we can use those parts in many ways as a type of communication. For example, we can have a fist bump. I'm sure you've seen this in movies and on TV. Two people greet each other and they will bump fists. It is a way of greeting another person. These days you will often find people doing this when they meet. How are you doing? Can't be bad. I'm okay, thank you. Boop. They will fist bump. I can't remember the last time I bumped my fist with anyone, to be honest. Then, of course, we can use our hand in a pleasant way, a nice way. If we are greeting someone, we will say, "Hello, hi there." You wave your hand. To wave is to show something by moving it, normally from side to side. You wave your hand. You might wave a flag. To wave. It is often used as an international sign of saying hello. You can go anywhere in the world and do this, and people will know what you mean. They will know you mean hello. Hi there. It's nice to see you again. Of course, you can also use it to say goodbye as well, just to confuse things a little bit. So you can wave hello, but also you can wave goodbye. So as you arrive, and of course as you depart. Hello there. Bye. See you later. Take care. Don't worry, I'm not going yet. So you can use the wave gesture to mean hello and also goodbye. It is also used as a way of getting attention as well. Maybe you are trying to get attention. Maybe you are trying to get someone to notice you from a distance. You might do this. You might wave one hand. You might wave both hands. Hi, hello, excuse me. Perhaps you are waiting for a taxi and you are trying to attract the attention of the taxi driver. You wave your hands. Excuse me, hello, I want a taxi. Please stop. You wave your hand as a way of getting someone's attention. You might raise your hand as a way of showing support during a vote. So quite often, if we want to work out what people think, a group of people, what do you think? Can you please show your hands? Those who agree, raise your hands. And then, of course, normally they will count the hands. And then, of course, they will ask people who do not agree to raise their hands. And then they will count those as well. It is a form of voting. It is a way of working out what people actually think or what they want, normally in a group situation. So you raise a hand to show what you think, normally in the form of a vote. Then, of course, we have phrases connected to this particular limb. Two things can go hand in hand. It is a lovely phrase that expresses two things that go together perfectly. Two things are compatible, or they go together well. You can say that those two things go together hand in hand. I'm sure you've seen maybe a couple in the park walking along. They quite often hold hands as they walk. They go hand in hand as they walk along. So this particular phrase means that two things go together well. They are compatible with each other. They go together hand in hand. They are well matched. A very common phrase that we use in English. A person might be looking for a handout. When we say handout, what we are actually saying is giving. You are describing the action of giving something, normally money. To give support, to give help. Financial assistance is often described as a handout. You give support, you offer help. But of course, a person might also be looking for a handout. Maybe they are searching for financial help. Maybe they need money for something. needing money, to need money, quite often from another person, or maybe the bank. You are looking for a handout. You need financial help. Another hand phrase now, to have a hand in something. If you have a hand in something, it means to be involved in a scheme or plan. So you are doing something, you are involved with that thing. You have a hand in that thing. So to have a hand in something means you are involved. You have some sort of involvement. You are part of the group doing that particular thing. To be involved in a scheme or plan, you are involved in the event. You are active in that thing. You have a duty or role. Then we have light fingers. A person who has light fingers is a person who is likely to steal. They will steal things using their hands, of course. Hence the phrase light fingers. Because if a person steals from you, quite often you won't realise it. They do it without you knowing or noticing. So you don't know it's happening because they have light fingers. They can steal. They take something without you knowing. A thief can be described as being light-fingered. They're a person who is likely to steal something. Then we have another one, to be tight-fisted. Tight-fisted. A mean person, or one who dislikes spending or lending money. A person who wants to keep their money to themselves. They don't want to spend their money. They don't want to give their money. They don't want to lend their money. They want to keep it. They want to keep it all for themselves. To be tight-fisted. We could also use the word miser. A person who is a miser is a person who does not like spending money. They want to keep it to themselves. You might describe that person as tight-fisted. To do something single-handed. To do something single-handed means to carry out a task with no help from others. So you are not being helped by anyone else. You are doing it on your own, single-handed. So it doesn't mean you are using one hand. It means you are doing it alone, by yourself. You are the only person who is taking part in that thing. You are doing it by yourself, alone. You did that thing by yourself. You did it single-handed, by yourself. To have time on your hands. If you have time on your hands, it means you have lots of free time. The state of having free time. You have time on your hands. It's a lovely phrase. You have no plans or tasks to do. You are completely free. You have time on your hands. Another phrase now. Some people will point the finger. This is a phrase that we use in English to directly blame someone. You accuse someone of doing a certain thing. You point the finger at them. You point the finger at someone To point the finger means to accuse a person. You are saying, that person stole my car. I am pointing the finger at that person. I am accusing that person of stealing my car. To point the finger is to directly blame someone for a certain thing. You point the finger at someone. To have someone in the palm of your hand, maybe in a relationship, or maybe in some sort of business agreement, or maybe in friendship, for example, you might have someone in the palm of your hand. It means you have complete control or influence over a person, or maybe an animal, for example. You might literally have a dog in the palm of your hand. Maybe they are eating from your hand, which of course is another expression. It is another phrase that we use. To have someone eating from your hand means that person is now under your control. You are in control of that person. They are eating from your hand. So to have someone in the palm of your hand means to have complete control or influence over a person. You have dominance. You are the stronger person out of the group, or maybe in a relationship between two people. You have someone in the palm of your hand. You have complete control over that person. Again, another very interesting phrase. Slap. Now earlier I used the word slap to mean a violent action using your hand. But we can also use the word slap to mean do something fast with very little care. So you do something in a hurry. You do it quickly. Maybe you only have a little bit of time to do it in. So you slap that thing. You do it quickly. For example, you might slap some paint on a wall. You do it quickly. You do it fast, without hesitating. You do it in a hurry. You do it quickly. You slap something in place. You do it quickly, without hesitation. Hurriedly is another word we can use. You do it fast. You do it quickly. You do it hurriedly. It is describing the situation where you are doing something quick, fast. You're trying to save time. You do it fast. You slap something on. Maybe a lady is getting ready to go to a nice party, and maybe she will slap some makeup on. In fact, there is a slang term that means cosmetics. It is often described as slap because you put it on your face. You slap the makeup or the cosmetics on your face. You put it on your face. And it is, as I said, used as a slang term as well. Sometimes you might describe cosmetics or makeup as slap. If you want to find out what people think about a certain thing, then you might ask for a show of hands. I did mention this earlier. If you put your hand up, sometimes if you are having a vote on something, you will raise your hand because you want to show your opinion, what you think of that thing. All those who say yes raise your hand. All those who say no, raise your hand. And that is a show of hands. A vote. To take a vote is to ask for a show of hands. You are asking people to show what they think and how they feel by expressing a certain opinion, yes or no. Are you in favour or are you against that thing? Do you agree or do you disagree? We will need a show of hands. We will take a vote. You might give a hand to someone to offer assistance. If you give assistance to someone, you give a hand. You offer help. You give assistance. Do you want a hand? I can give you a hand if you want. I want to help you. I can give you some assistance. I can give you a hand. You lend a hand. So it is possible to also lend a hand. You are offering help. You give a hand. You lend a hand. You are offering help. You might also give a big hand as well. To give a big hand means to show applause. So a big hand can be to show applause. Please give a big hand for Flower Espoir because she was first on today's live chat. And that is how we use the phrase. Hand can also be a verb, so we can use the word hand as a verb. You hand something to another person. You hand. You give. You offer something to someone. You hand that person something. Maybe I will hand a pen to you. Perhaps you will ask me if I have a pen, and I will hand the pen to you. You hand something. You might hand some money to another person. You are giving it to them. To give something, to hand that thing to them. And something can be handy. It can be useful. Something that you find useful or convenient can also be handy. A handy thing is useful. A pen is very handy. Something I showed you earlier, an electronic calculator, is very handy. It is a useful thing. So you might describe any of these things as handy. They are useful, something that is useful to have nearby. We could also have a handyman, a person who will come round to your house and they will do all of those small jobs. Maybe you have a leaking tap. A handyman will come round and he will fix the tap. He will repair that thing. So a handyman is quite often someone who will give you assistance or help. They are useful to have around. A handyman, or of course we can have a handy woman as well. I don't want to get into trouble, you see. Definitely not. And that is it. Oh my goodness. I hope today's lesson has been handy to you. And I hope you will give me a big hand for this live stream. I hope so. You can watch this live stream again. This is an English lesson. It is also a live stream, which means you can watch this again as many times as you like. You can watch it once, twice, or 1,000,000 times if you want. And of course later on there will be captions as well. You will be able to have captions later on the live stream. Thank you for watching today. It has been a big subject, even though the topic has been something very simple, your hand. Quite often we forget just how amazing these things are. And then, of course, we can think about all the other parts of the body that we use as phrases and expressions. But that, as they say, is for another time. Thank you very much for your company. I hope you've enjoyed today's live chat. I have definitely enjoyed it. It is always a pleasure to be here, and I mean that. I love doing this. I wake up on the Sunday morning. Every Sunday I wake up excited and happy because I know I'm going to be here sharing the lovely words and phrases of the English language. Thank you very much. See you later. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Of course, October is a big month because this month I will be celebrating my 19 years on YouTube at the end of this month. So a lot of things going on in October. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you like this, you can like and subscribe as well. And then you will never miss any of my English lessons or any of my live streams. There is no excuse for not finding me on YouTube. Thank you very much for your company. Take care. See you soon. This is Mr. Duncan, that's me by the way, saying thanks for watching. See you soon. And of course, until the next time we meet here, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Stay happy. Stay safe. Keep that smile upon your face as you walk amongst the human race. And I will see you very soon. And of course, I will use my hand to wave goodbye. And I will say, just for now, until next Sunday, ta-ta for now. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun. Say goodbye to Duncan and all the lovely words and phrases of the English language. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and discover all the words and phrases of the English language. Learn together and have fun. on the live chat.